Too Big to Rock by Ruthie Steele and Shirley Lansdowne. Music by Ruthie Steele. Although her baby is growing up and gone, sometimes she still feels like singing a song about rocking a baby she heard long ago. Some DJ played on Nashville radio. Now he's too big to rock. He weighs 200 pounds. But she has decided the next time he comes round, she's gonna hug him and say, "I love you." Chances are he'll say, "Hey, I love you too." Rock-a-bye baby, too big for my arms. So now I just pray God will keep him from harm. I know he still loves me, and I still love him. But sometimes I wish he was a baby again. She Still Remembers Roy Rogers. Narrated by Shirley Lansdowne. Lyrics by Ruthie Steele. She calls me up one day and she says she has this song about cowboys and Roy Rogers. I said I'd be glad to narrate it, so here goes. She was born in the 50s, and 60 years later she's fine. But Mary has never been married. And since she's a good friend of mine, one day I just asked her about love. And did she mind being alone? I'll never forget what she told me. So I wrote it down in this song. She said, when I was a young girl, I wondered what kind of a man it would be that I'd want to spend all my life with. And what would he look for in me? I've kept all my options open. He just never did come along. But I'm still alive and still hoping that one day I'll hear a great song that finally defines this soulmate of mine. Roy's why I wear blue jeans and boots. If a man wants me now, he'd be deaf, dumb, and blind. But I simply do not give a hoot. I've never been in the saddle, except on a merry-go-round. But I still wear boots, so I'm ready to go if a cowboy like Roy tracks me down. 'Cause I always have been a cowgirl. Those old cowboy movies were great. I fell in love with Roy Rogers when I was 7 or 8. I've loved the thought of a cowboy, but one never did come along. I still hero worship Roy Rogers. Hey, could you write me a song? I still remember Roy Rogers. She laughed and then shared lots of stories of Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Sid, a sailor, a trucker, a milkman, and more. That she dated, but just never did love them enough to, for better or worse, forsaking all others and such. They just never had that Roy Rogers charm and charisma that thrilled her so much. 'Cause I always have been a cowgirl. Those old cowboy movies were great. I fell in love with Roy Rogers when I was just 7 or 8. I loved the thought of a cowboy, but one never did come along. I still hero worship Roy Rogers. Hey, could you write me a song, I Still Remember Roy Rogers? Well, if one ever comes along, I hope he has the same charm and charisma that Roy Rogers did. Just the thoughts of him riding that horse out in the wild blue yonder, and the dog bullet that always followed behind him. The way he played the guitar and serenaded Dale. Oh, what fun that must have been. But anyway, I can still sit there and say that I still remember the good old days in the Roy Rogers movies. I'll tell you, to be honest with you, Roy, he really tripped my trigger. Thanks, Ruthie, for the song. It was great. Up Yonder Friends, dedicated to all Facebookers everywhere, by Shirley Lansdowne, Ruthie Steele, Kathy Steele Helms, and Ken Knights. Someday, when I've gone on up yonder, I wonder who'll be there with me. Will I really see all my loved ones again? Who will be waiting for me? Will my internet friends recognize me? Will I recognize all of them? 'Cause sooner or later, we'll all be up yonder. Then we'll all be up yonder friends. My grandma was fond of old sayings. She spoke of up yonder a lot. She'll be amazed when I get there, and she will have all the friends that I've got. There's no doubt that Grandma's up yonder, and no doubt that we'll be there too. But until then, we'll just be Facebook friends. Please tell me that's okay with you. My family sometimes thinks I'm crazy, 'cause I spend so much time online. I won't have a PC up yonder to email and tell them I'm fine. Before Grandma died, she once told me about a cool song I should write. I was thinking about Grandma this morning, and I'm writing up yonder tonight. My grandma was fond of old sayings. She spoke of up yonder a lot. She'll be amazed when I get there, and she will love all the friends that I've got. And there's no doubt that Grandma's up yonder. And no doubt that we'll be there too. But until then, we'll be just Facebook friends. Please tell me that's okay with you. So listen up, all Facebookers. I want to see you all up there. Trish, Opal, Bobby, Philip, Gloria, Maggie, Bonnie, Gail, just to name a few. Now I have time to do all. But I hope you're all up there, and I'm sure you will be. Ruthie, if you should go before I do, please save me a spot up there. And I likewise, if I go before you, I'll save you a spot. 'Cause truly and remarkably, there is room for all of us Facebookers up there. We won't have to worry about emailing and playing on the internet anymore. We can just go and visit everybody. So here you go, folks. We're gonna see each other up yonder.